Have you ever met someone and felt as if your soul instantly recognized theirs? As if the universe whispered, "This is the one you were meant to find." Today, angels are sending a message that will move you to tears, the real reason God connected you to them. And it's far deeper than you've ever imagined. Before we dive in, I want you to open your heart and mind. Let these words sink in. This is not just about love or fate, this is about divine purpose, the invisible threads that God weaves between souls. By the end of this video, you'll understand why this connection is sacred, unbreakable, and life-changing. And you might just find yourself crying tears of gratitude. Every soul that crosses your path carries a story, a mission, and a lesson. Not every connection is random. Angels whisper guidance to your heart, showing you that some meetings are orchestrated by God Himself. These are not coincidences, these are moments of divine alignment. Explain how God connects people not just for romance but for spiritual growth, healing, and purpose. Include examples. Two people meeting to teach each other patience. Someone entering your life to help you release past trauma. A connection that inspires your deepest creativity. When God brings souls together, it is never just about love, it's about transformation. He uses these connections to teach us patience, forgiveness, and unconditional love. Angels often send subtle signs to show you that this person isn't just someone, they are part of a divine plan. Pay attention to the whispers of your intuition, the timing of events, and the feelings that overwhelm you when you are around them. Signs include feeling an instant, deep recognition when you meet, experiencing unexplainable comfort and peace with them, feeling pulled together by circumstances, almost magically, sharing similar dreams, values, or life lessons. These signs are not coincidences, they are the language of angels, reminding you that God's hand is in this connection. When God connects souls, it touches something deep within your heart. It can bring joy, yes, but also tears. Tears of realization, of healing, and sometimes of letting go. Share emotional storytelling examples. Someone meeting a lost love and understanding why the separation had to happen. A friend appearing in a moment of crisis, fulfilling a divine purpose. A family member teaching an unexpected lesson that shifts your life's path. Angels remind us that these connections are sacred. Every encounter is layered with meaning. And when we fully realize this, our hearts cannot help but overflow with gratitude and sometimes tears. Now that you've opened your heart to the possibility of a divine connection, it's time to uncover the spiritual purpose behind it. Angels are here to reveal that this connection is not just about companionship, it's about growth, healing, and destiny. Every soul that enters your life carries a gift. Sometimes the gift is joy, sometimes challenge, but always growth. When God connects you to someone, it's often to help you evolve into the best version of yourself. Emotional example. Think about someone who arrived in your life right when you felt lost, showing you the path forward. Or someone who challenged you, forcing you to confront your fears or insecurities. That's God's work, moving through them. Key lesson. Angels remind us that growth often comes disguised as discomfort. When you feel tested in this connection, remember it's shaping you for the life you were always meant to live. Sometimes, God connects us to people to heal the wounds of the past. This could be a relationship that helps you release old pain, a friendship that restores your trust in humanity, or even a family member who brings closure to lingering grief. Storytelling example. A woman I know met a friend who helped her overcome years of heartbreak. That person didn't just bring companionship, they were an angel in human form, guiding her to forgiveness and self-love. That's the hidden power of divine connections. Angel guidance tip. Notice how you feel after interactions with them. Are old scars soothed? Do you feel lighter? These are signs your angels are guiding you toward healing through this soul connection. Divine connections often carry specific lessons. Angels use these connections to teach patience, unconditional love, empathy, and even humility. These lessons may feel subtle at first, but will reveal themselves in powerful ways over time. Examples someone teaches you the value of silence and reflection. Another pushes you to forgive someone you never thought you could. Someone inspires your spiritual awakening, encouraging a closer connection with God. Every interaction has meaning. Angels are constantly whispering, guiding you to notice the lesson hidden within every smile, every challenge, every tear shared with them. Timing is a crucial element in these connections. God often orchestrates meetings at the perfect moment, sometimes even years after the initial bond was formed. Angels guide you to recognize the synchronicity of events, showing that nothing happens by accident. Scenario example. You meet someone from your past at a moment when both of you are ready to see each other in a new light. That timing is God's fingerprint on your connection. Pay attention to the signs, coincidences, repeated numbers, dreams, or moments of déjà vu. These are signals from your angels affirming that this connection is divinely timed. Once you understand the spiritual purpose of your connection, your emotions deepen. Gratitude, awe, and sometimes tears will flow as you see the bigger picture. This is because your heart recognizes the sacred thread linking you to this soul. Imagine your connection as a golden thread stretching across time and space, guiding you both toward growth, healing, and purpose. Every laugh, every tear, every shared moment strengthens that thread. Now that you understand the spiritual purpose of your connection, it's time to uncover the ways angels communicate directly with your heart. These signs are often subtle, yet profound, and they serve as confirmation that God orchestrated this meeting for a reason. Angels rarely shout, they speak in whispers. In moments that make your heart skip a beat, in subtle nudges you almost ignore. They communicate through feelings, visions, numbers, and coincidences, guiding you toward awareness and clarity. Common ways angels communicate. Feeling a sudden, unexplainable peace when thinking about them. Dreams that feel vivid and meaningful, often with symbolic messages. Repeating numbers or patterns, like 111, 222, or 1212, signaling divine alignment. Unexpected encounters or coincidences, bringing you together at precise moments. When you start noticing these signs, understand that your angels are nudging you, saying, "Pay attention." This connection is sacred. Angels often confirm divine connections with unmistakable signs. If you notice these, take them seriously, they are not random. Signs include instant recognition. Meeting this person feels familiar, as if you've known them forever. Emotional resonance. Their presence triggers deep feelings, joy, peace, or even tears. Synchronicity in life events. You keep running into the same person, or life situations push you together repeatedly. Shared values and dreams. Your visions of life align in meaningful ways. Notice how you feel when you see or think about them. That deep emotional response is often a divine signal, a whisper from the angels confirming this sacred connection. Synchronicities are not coincidences, they are signs from God, guided by angels to show you that you are exactly where you're meant to be. Examples of synchronicity: meeting someone at the exact moment you needed guidance or support. Hearing a song or phrase that seems specifically written for your situation. Repeatedly encountering the same symbols or numbers, often in unexpected places. Dreams that foreshadow events related to your connection. When you notice these your angels are telling you, this connection is divine, and you are being guided every step of the way. Angels often speak directly to your intuition, that quiet voice inside your heart, the one urging you to trust, to forgive, or to act, is their way of communicating. How to recognize these messages? Gut feelings. A strong pull to reach out or maintain the connection. Sudden clarity. Understanding the purpose behind a difficult event or meeting. Inner peace, knowing, without question, that this connection is meant to be. These messages may seem subtle, but when you pause and listen, they will guide you toward understanding your divine bond fully. Recognizing these signs often brings tears of realization, gratitude, and awe. Your heart opens to the truth. This connection is not by chance. It is orchestrated by God, guided by angels, and woven into the tapestry of your life for a profound purpose. Story example. One man kept seeing the same numbers everywhere, feeling a pull toward reconnecting with someone from his past. When he finally reached out, he realized the timing was perfect. They were both ready to heal old wounds together. That synchronicity was angels guiding him to divine timing. Your angels are doing the same for you, constantly guiding and nudging you toward this sacred connection. When you pay attention, the universe becomes a mirror reflecting the divine plan unfolding before you. A divine connection is sacred, and it requires awareness, gratitude, and conscious action to flourish in alignment with God's plan. The first step to embracing a divine connection is opening your heart fully. Angels can guide you, but you must be willing to receive their messages and trust in the sacred bond. Ways to open your heart. Release past pain. Let go of old heartbreak or betrayal so your heart is ready to receive. Practice forgiveness. Forgive yourself and others to clear emotional blocks. Meditate daily. Spend quiet moments connecting with God and your angels. Affirm your worth. Repeat affirmations such as "I am deserving of love and divine connection." Opening your heart allows divine love and guidance to flow freely, creating space for miracles to happen in your connection. Divine connections flourish when your intentions align with God's purpose. It's not about controlling the outcome or forcing a relationship. It's about cultivating love, compassion, and spiritual growth. Steps to align intentions. Focus on mutual growth, not just personal gain. Encourage honesty and openness in your interactions. Pray or meditate for clarity on your role in the connection. Avoid expectations. Trust the timing and plan of God. When your intentions align with divine purpose, your connection deepens naturally, and you begin to experience the sacredness your angels have been guiding you toward. Presence is one of the most powerful tools in nurturing a divine connection. Being fully present emotionally, mentally, and spiritually creates a sacred space for love and growth. Ways to cultivate presence: active listening. Truly hear them without judgment. Mindful moments together. Engage in activities that foster connection and understanding. Sharing your heart. Be honest about your feelings and intentions. Express gratitude. Regularly acknowledge and appreciate the connection. Angels often encourage presence because it allows divine energy to flow between souls freely, creating harmony, understanding, and intimacy on a spiritual level. One of the hardest yet most crucial aspects of embracing a divine connection is trusting in divine timing. Angels remind us that God's timing is perfect, even if it challenges our impatience or desires. How to practice trust. Observe and signs without forcing action. Accept delays or challenges as part of the growth process. Focus on personal development while letting the connection unfold naturally. Use meditation or prayer to release control and invite divine guidance. When you trust the flow, you align with God's plan and allow the connection to deepen in ways you cannot imagine. Sacred rituals are small yet powerful acts that honor the divine connection. They help you remain mindful and connected to God and your angels. Examples of sacred rituals: light a candle while praying for clarity and guidance in your connection. Keep a journal of your thoughts, feelings, and angelic signs. Express gratitude daily for the person and the connection. Meditate on the intention of deepening love, understanding, and spiritual growth. These rituals remind your heart and soul that this connection is sacred and divinely guided. When you embrace a divine connection fully heart open, intentions aligned, presence maintained, and trust in divine timing, you experience an emotional and spiritual reward like no other. Joy, peace, and profound love fill your heart, often bringing tears of gratitude and awe. Story example: a woman began fully embracing her connection with someone she had met unexpectedly. She practiced gratitude, prayer, and patience. Over time, not only did their bond grow stronger, but she also felt healed from past pain. Angels had been guiding her all along, and by opening herself completely, she aligned with the divine purpose of this connection. Your connection has the same potential, and your angels are encouraging you to step fully into this sacred journey. Now that you've learned how to embrace and nurture your divine connection, it's time to uncover the hidden spiritual lessons your angels are guiding you to understand. These lessons are profound. They touch your heart, transform your soul, and often bring tears of clarity, gratitude, and awe. One of the most common lessons in divine connections is patience. Angels often bring someone into your life, but the timing may not be immediate. You are learning to wait with faith, not frustration. Feeling pulled toward someone, but circumstances require waiting, learning to trust that divine timing is perfect. Understanding that growth often happens in the waiting period. Emotional example: a man met his soulmate years before they could be together. During that time, He worked on healing past wounds and building his purpose. When the timing was right, their reunion was perfect, a testament to God's patience and planning. Your angels are teaching you that patience is not about inactivity, it's about trusting the divine process. Divine connections also teach the importance of self-love and worthiness. Angels bring someone into your life to mirror your own growth and help you recognize your value. Signs this lesson is being taught: feeling unworthy of love at first, then gradually recognizing your worth, learning to set healthy boundaries within the connection, experiencing healing from past rejections or heartbreak. Story, example. A woman repeatedly attracted connections that reflected her insecurities. When she met her divine connection, angels guided her to recognize her worth. As she embraced self-love, the bond deepened, showing her that God's connections are always aligned with your highest good. Your angels want you to understand that you cannot fully receive divine love until you truly love yourself. Forgiveness is another powerful lesson within divine connections. Sometimes the person you are connected with brings up old wounds, and angels guide you to release resentment and embrace healing. How to practice this lesson: reflect on past hurts and identify what you can let go of. Communicate openly and compassionately with the other person. Pray for guidance and emotional release. Emotional example. Two friends were separated by a misunderstanding years ago. When they reconnected, angels guided them through forgiveness. Their bond was restored stronger than ever, and both experienced peace and joy that had been missing. Through divine connections, angels show that forgiveness is not just for others, it liberates your heart and strengthens the connection. Trust is a recurring lesson in divine connections. Angels encourage you to trust not only the other person, but also the divine orchestration behind your meeting. Signs of this lesson: feeling fear or doubt about the connections. Future: noticing repeated confirmations or synchronicities that test your faith. Learning to surrender, control, and allow events to unfold naturally. Story, example. A couple struggled with external obstacles keeping them apart. Trusting in God's plan, they remained patient and aligned with their spiritual growth. Eventually, the obstacles disappeared, and their reunion was even more beautiful than imagined. Angels want you to understand that trust is the bridge between divine intention and your earthly experience. Finally, divine connections teach gratitude and awareness. Angels want you to see the blessings in every interaction, every challenge, and every moment shared. Keep a gratitude journal for moments shared with your connection. Reflect on the lessons learned from each experience. Recognize signs of divine guidance daily. Emotional example. A woman who kept a daily journal of and blessings found herself overwhelmed with gratitude. She realized her connection had brought more growth, joy, and spiritual awakening than she could have imagined. Angels remind us that gratitude opens the heart to even greater divine blessings. As you learn these lessons, your heart may overflow with tears. These are not tears of sadness, they are tears of recognition, gratitude, and divine understanding. They are proof that your angels have guided you, that God has connected you with purpose, and that your soul is awakening to the beauty of this divine bond. Visual example. Picture yourself in a quiet moment, reflecting on the journey of this connection. Tears may flow as you recognize the sacred thread that God has woven into your life. Those tears are the angel's affirmation. You are exactly where you are meant to be. Now that you've learned the spiritual lessons embedded in your divine connection, it's time to see how fully embracing this bond can transform your life. Angels guide these connections not just for learning, but for profound blessings that touch every area of your existence. Divine connections awaken your soul. When you fully embrace this sacred bond, you often experience a spiritual shift that opens your heart, strengthens your intuition, and aligns you with God's greater plan, feeling more connected to your intuition and inner guidance, experiencing heightened awareness of synchronicities and angelic signs, developing compassion and empathy in ways that impact all relationships. Story, example. A man reconnected with his divine soulmate and soon noticed he was more patient, forgiving, and understanding not just with them, but with everyone around him. Angels had used the connection to expand his heart and spiritual awareness. Your angels want you to understand every divine connection has the power to elevate your soul. Divine connections often bring healing in ways you may not even expect. Past wounds, insecurities, and emotional blocks can dissolve when you are guided by angelic love and support. Ways this happens. Old heartbreaks feel lighter or fully release. Emotional patterns that kept you stuck begin to transform. You gain the courage to face vulnerabilities with love rather than fear. Emotional example. A woman struggled with trust after repeated heartbreaks. Meeting her divine connection, guided by angelic signs, helped her release fear and open her heart fully. The result was freedom, joy, and a deeper, more meaningful bond than she had ever experienced. Angels remind you that divine connections are a path to emotional liberation. Divine connections often bring blessings that go beyond love. Angels orchestrate events to enrich your life in unexpected ways, career opportunities, personal growth, and even miraculous encounters can appear through the sacred bond. Examples of unexpected blessings. Meeting someone who inspires your next life-changing project, experiencing circumstances that align with your purpose and dreams, receiving guidance that leads to financial or personal breakthroughs. Story example. A young man met a divine friend who encouraged him to pursue a long-held dream. Through their connection, he not only achieved success but also realized he was fulfilling a greater purpose. Angels had orchestrated their meeting for divine timing and blessings. When you honor your divine connection, blessings follow in ways that may surprise and move you to tears. One of the most profound transformations is in the depth of love and connection. Angels guide you to experience love not just as emotion, but as a sacred, spiritual force that nourishes both hearts and souls. How this manifests. Mutual understanding and respect deepen. Naturally, emotional intimacy grows alongside spiritual awareness. Communication becomes effortless and Heart-centered. Story example: A couple who had struggled with misunderstandings began to communicate openly after embracing the divine purpose of their connection. The love they experienced was transformative, filling their lives with harmony and divine joy. Angels want you to experience love as a reflection of God's plan, a love that nurtures, heals, and uplifts. Divine connections are often intertwined with your life purpose. Angels guide these relationships to help you realize your true calling, inspire action, and support you in fulfilling your destiny. Examples: a soulmate encourages you to start a spiritually aligned project. A mentor-like friend appears to reveal your hidden talents. Life challenges through the connection push you toward personal growth and higher purpose. Emotional example: a woman met a friend through a divine connection who helped her discover her talent for coaching others spiritually. That bond became a catalyst for her life's work, guided by angels to help her fulfill her purpose. Divine connections are not only about love, they are about awakening the full potential of your soul. As you embrace these transformations, you may find your heart overflowing with emotion. Tears of gratitude and joy are signs that your angels are guiding you and that God's divine plan is unfolding perfectly. Imagine yourself reflecting on your journey with this connection, each lesson learned, each moment of growth, each unexpected blessing. Your heart swells with gratitude, and tears flow freely. That is the proof of divine orchestration and the sacredness of this bond. Angels want you to fully feel this transformation, to celebrate it, and to remain open to even greater blessings that lie ahead. Angels often send unmistakable messages to reassure you that this sacred connection is eternal, and recognizing these signs can fill your heart with gratitude and peace. One of the clearest signs that your divine connection is meant to last is the deep emotional resonance you share. It's more than attraction, it's a soul level recognition and understanding, indicators, feeling an unspoken understanding of each other's thoughts and feelings, emotional reactions that are profound yet harmonious, experiencing joy simply from being near them, even in silence. Story example: a couple who had known each other for only a few months could communicate without words. Their souls seemed to speak directly to one another. Angels were confirming that this connection was built to endure. When your hearts resonate on this level, it's a sign from God that your bond is eternal. Angels often ensure that eternal connections are reinforced through synchronicities and perfect timing. Repeated coincidences and meaningful alignments are signals that your bond is divinely protected. Examples of synchronicity: running into each other at critical moments in life, sharing experiences that mirror each other's spiritual journey, repeated angelic signs, numbers, or dreams affirming the connection. Story example: a woman kept seeing the same angel number whenever she thought of her soulmate. When they finally reconnected, every step felt divinely guided. The signs were unmistakable. Their connection was meant to last. These moments of divine timing are the angel's way of saying, "This bond is eternal." Connections that are meant to last forever are marked by mutual growth and support. Angels design these relationships to elevate both souls simultaneously. Indicators: you inspire each other to become better versions of yourselves. Challenges are faced together. deepening understanding and resilience. Your connection encourages spiritual, emotional, and personal growth. Story example. A couple overcame life challenges hand in hand, growing stronger spiritually and emotionally. Their ability to support each other through trials was a sign that angels had created a lasting bond. When both souls flourish together, the connection is divinely meant to endure. Divine connections meant to last are built on unconditional love and acceptance. Angels ensure that you recognize each other's true selves and love without judgment. How this shows up: accepting imperfections and embracing growth, offering forgiveness without resentment, feeling a profound sense of belonging and home with them. Emotional example. A man and woman, despite past misunderstandings, loved each other without conditions. Their acceptance and patience reflected God's plan for a bond that lasts forever. Unconditional love is a hallmark of eternal divine connections. Connections that are eternal often carry a shared purpose or destiny. Angels align your paths so that your union contributes to a higher plan. Indicators. You feel inspired together to make a positive impact in the world. Your connection encourages spiritual awakening in yourself and others. Life experiences reveal a greater purpose that unites your souls. Story example. Two friends, brought together by divine timing, realized their bond allowed them to start a ministry helping others spiritually. Their connection was eternal because it served God's greater plan. When a connection carries purpose beyond personal fulfillment, it is guided by angels to last forever. Section 6. Intuitive knowing. Finally, an unshakable inner knowing is a powerful sign that your divine connection is eternal. Angels often give this deep, intuitive certainty, reassuring you of the bond. Signs of intuitive knowing. A calm certainty that no matter what happens, the connection is strong. A gut feeling that the bond transcends time and circumstances. Experiencing peace and joy simply by acknowledging the connection. Story example. A woman always felt deep peace when thinking of her soulmate, even during long periods apart. That intuitive knowing, guided by angels, confirmed their eternal connection. Trust this inner knowing. It is the angel's voice echoing through your heart. Angels want you to actively care for and cultivate this bond, allowing it to flourish spiritually, emotionally, and mentally. By embracing these practices, your connection will continue to grow and bless both of your lives. Gratitude is one of the most powerful tools for nurturing divine connections. Angels encourage us to acknowledge and appreciate the presence of this person in our lives every day. Practical ways to practice gratitude. Start or end each day reflecting on the blessings this connection brings. Write down 3 things you appreciate about them daily. Verbally express your gratitude whenever possible. Story example. A woman kept a daily gratitude journal about her soulmate. Over time, their bond deepened, and both partners felt more seen, valued, and spiritually aligned. Angels were guiding them through these small but powerful acts of appreciation. Gratitude strengthens the divine thread that connects your souls. Communication is vital in nurturing a divine connection. Angels guide you to speak from the heart, share honestly, and listen deeply. Tips for heart-centered communication. Speak truthfully, even about difficult emotions. Listen without judgment or interruption. Affirm each other's feelings and experiences. Use loving, compassionate language in all interactions. Story example. A couple struggled to understand each other until they practiced heart-centered communication. Angels guided them to share their feelings openly, deepening trust, love, and spiritual connection. Open communication allows divine energy to flow freely between you, reinforcing the bond. Engaging in spiritual practices together strengthens the sacred aspect of your connection. Angels often encourage activities that align your hearts and souls. Examples: meditate together, focusing on love, guidance, and clarity. Pray together for growth, healing, or gratitude. Share affirmations and intentions for your bond. Attend spiritual or community events that resonate with your beliefs. Story example: two friends meditated daily, sending loving intentions to each other. Their bond became more harmonious, peaceful, and spiritually aligned, demonstrating how shared practices nurture divine connections. Spiritual practices invite angels to work through the connection, deepening love and purpose. Divine connections thrive when both individuals support each other's personal and spiritual growth. Angels guide you to be each other's cheerleaders, helping one another reach higher potentials. Ways to support growth: encourage their dreams and aspirations. Offer gentle guidance when needed. Without control, celebrate milestones and achievements together. Recognize when space is needed for personal reflection and development. Story example: a woman encouraged her soulmate to pursue his long-delayed career dream. Through her support and guidance, he flourished, and their connection grew stronger, blessed by angels guiding their mutual growth. Support is the soil in which divine connections blossom. Moments of intentional connection create sacred memories that reinforce the bond. Angels guide these moments to remind you of the sacred nature of your connection. Ideas for sacred moments: take quiet walks together in nature, reflecting on life and your bond. Celebrate anniversaries, milestones, or special achievements mindfully. Share heartfelt letters, prayers, or blessings. Engage in activities that deepen understanding and joy together. Story example: a couple set aside one evening each week to share their thoughts, dreams, and gratitude. Over time, these sacred moments strengthened their connection and heightened awareness of God's plan in their lives. Sacred moments nurtured divine connections by honoring the presence and purpose of each soul. Perhaps the most essential element in nurturing a divine connection is trust. Angels encourage surrender to God's plan, knowing that divine timing, guidance, and purpose will unfold naturally. Practical tips: release fears, doubts, and control over outcomes. Observe synchronicities and signs as validation of divine alignment. Pray or meditate for clarity and guidance in maintaining balance. Focus on being present, not forcing the connection. Story example: a couple faced challenges due to long distance. By trusting divine guidance and surrendering control, their connection grew stronger, guided by angels, proving the power of faith in nurturing a sacred bond. Trusting divine guidance allows your connection to thrive naturally and gracefully. By now, you've learned the lessons, signs, and ways to nurture a divine connection. In this stage, we uncover the miraculous moments, those awe-inspiring events orchestrated by angels that prove God's hand is guiding your bond. These moments often move the heart to tears and reaffirm the sacredness of your connection. One of the most beautiful aspects of a divine connection is the timing of your encounters. Angels orchestrate meetings and reunions that seem miraculous, yet they are carefully guided by God. Examples: unexpectedly meeting someone at the perfect moment for guidance or support. Reconnecting with a past love or friend when both are ready for transformation. Experiencing coincidences that feel too precise to be random. Story. Example: a woman who had lost touch with her soulmate years ago ran into him at a coffee shop on the exact day they both needed closure and clarity. Angels had orchestrated this meeting to bring healing and reaffirm their bonds. These moments of divine timing are a reminder that God and angels are actively guiding your connection. Angels often intervene subtly, guiding events, emotions, and even thoughts to align your connection with divine purpose. Signs include feeling a sudden surge of clarity or intuition about your soulmate, experiencing inexplicable peace or joy when thinking of them, receiving repeated signs like numbers, symbols, or dreams that guide decisions. Story. Example: a man noticed the number 111 repeatedly whenever he felt uncertain about reconnecting with his soulmate. Following the guidance of these angelic signs, he reached out, and their reunion transformed both of their lives. Angels use these signs to reassure you that every step in your connection is divinely guided. Miraculous moments often occur when both souls are spiritually aligned. Angels orchestrate experiences that reveal the depth of the connection and its sacred purpose. Examples of spiritual alignment: sharing visions, dreams, or insights simultaneously, feeling each other's emotions from afar, a sign of soul-level connection, experiencing synchronicities in decisions or life events. Story. Example: two friends working through spiritual growth separately found themselves meditating at the same time and receiving the same message about their bond. Angels were confirming the alignment of their souls and the sacred purpose of their connection. These moments of spiritual alignment are proof of divine orchestration. Divine connections often include transformative reunions that heal past wounds and open the path for spiritual growth and emotional fulfillment. How reunions manifest: rekindling relationships that were paused or separated, experiencing forgiveness and closure during reunions that spark new beginnings, deeper love, or personal transformation. Story. Example: a woman reunited with a long-lost friend during a challenging time. Their meeting brought healing, understanding, and a renewed sense of purpose. Angels had orchestrated the reunion to fulfill divine timing and life lessons. These transformative reunions remind us that God's plan is perfect, even when we cannot see it. Angelic orchestration doesn't always appear as grand events. Sometimes miracles are subtle, occurring in everyday life. Examples: receiving the right message or advice at the perfect moment, experiencing an unexpected opportunity to connect or support your soulmate, moments of profound peace or joy that feel divinely infused. Story. Example: a man randomly offered help to a stranger, only to discover it was his future soulmate in disguise. That small act became a miraculous step toward a lifelong bond, orchestrated by angels. Miracles may be small, but they are significant signs of divine guidance. Section 6. Emotional impact and tears of gratitude as you witness these miraculous moments and angelic orchestration. Your heart often overflows with tears of awe, gratitude, and deep recognition of God's perfect plan. Imagine reflecting on the journey of your connection, every lesson, every sign, every miraculous reunion. Your heart fills with joy, and tears may flow freely. These are tears of recognition. The angels have guided you, and God's hand is evident in your life. Allow yourself to feel these emotions fully, for they are the confirmation of the sacredness of your connection. Welcome to the final stage. You've learned about the spiritual purpose, angelic signs, lessons, nurturing practices, miraculous moments, and eternal nature of your divine connection. Now, it's time to fully embrace it and allow God and your angels to guide this sacred bond for the rest of your life. To fully embrace your divine connection, open your heart completely. Trust the lessons you've learned, honor the signs you've received, and welcome the transformative power of this bond. Steps to embrace fully: accept the connection as part of God's perfect plan. Let go of fear, doubt, and impatience. Celebrate the lessons, growth, and blessings this connection brings. Trust in the divine timing of every event and encounter. Picture yourself walking with your soulmate or divine friend, feeling a deep sense of peace, gratitude, and love. Every challenge you've overcome, every angelic sign you've noticed, every miracle you've experienced has led you here. That is the beauty of God's orchestration. Your angels are beside you, guiding your steps and ensuring that this sacred connection flourishes in alignment with divine purpose. The lessons you've learned: patience, self-love, forgiveness, trust, gratitude aren't just for reflection. Angels encourage you to live them daily, allowing your connection to deepen and your life to transform. Practical daily actions. Express gratitude each morning for your divine connection. Communicate openly and compassionately. Support each other's growth and spiritual journey. Take time for shared spiritual practices, like meditation or prayer. Trust divine guidance and surrender control to God and angels. By living these lessons, you honor the sacred bond and open the door to even more blessings, miracles, and spiritual growth. Angels often orchestrate miraculous moments, large and small, to remind you that this connection is divinely guided. Recognize these moments, celebrate them, and let your heart overflow with gratitude. Ways to acknowledge miracles: reflect on synchronicities and meaningful encounters. Journal moments where divine guidance was evident. Express gratitude verbally or spiritually for these blessings. Story example: a couple who had been separated by distance celebrated a small coincidence, a shared song playing at the same moment on separate days as a sign of their angelic guidance. Recognizing and celebrating these miracles deepened their love and faith in God's plan. Miracles are the angel's way of reassuring you that this connection is sacred, eternal, and divinely orchestrated. Divine connections transform not just your relationships, but your entire life. By embracing this bond, you allow the angels to guide you toward spiritual growth, emotional healing, and personal fulfillment. Transformations include healing past wounds and emotional scars, gaining clarity on life, purpose, and spiritual growth, experiencing abundance and joy in everyday life, feeling deep love, peace, and connection at a soul level. Imagine yourself standing in the light of this divine connection, tears of gratitude streaming down your face, your heart fully open to love, guidance, and miracles. This is the true reward of fully embracing your sacred bond. Angels rejoice when you allow this transformation, and they continue guiding every step of your journey. If this message has touched your heart and opened your eyes to the sacredness of your divine connection, I invite you to take a moment now. Like this video if it has moved or inspired you. Comment below sharing your own experiences, lessons, or signs you've noticed from your angels. Subscribe to this channel to receive more messages, guidance, and teachings from angels that will uplift and transform your life. By engaging, you are not just supporting this channel, you are also opening yourself to receive more guidance, miracles, and angelic wisdom in your own life.